Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. One more year out of the playoffs.
Yeah, man.
That's first and foremost.
Yeah, that's true, man. This is crazy, man. Hey, what's up? I'm your boy, Joe Reynolds, a.k.a. Joe Bug. Some people know me as that. I'm right here with my boy, Demond Jones, comedian, extraordinary, actor, philanthropist, whatever else you want me to say, man. Hey, this is my man. We've been down for years together, man, doing comedy. And, hey, I can't say
he
more.
gave a little short introduction of himself. This is Junebug. He's an extraordinary. He's headline all over the world. Comic View, Comedy Central, all the views. I don't know what view, but you're viewing him now.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. We've been together all for years, man, in comedy. I know I've been 17. I'm not for sure how many years Bug been in, but all the videos you've ever seen on me, this is the man behind the IT. And now we're just coming back together because everybody, man, where y'all at, man? Y'all were funny. Y'all were this. Then they want us to talk on Katt. We don't want to go off. We ain't trying to tag off of Katt Williams because the news that y'all saying, man, is old, 17 years old, all the stuff about the comedians.
What he's saying?
Yeah.
Like stuff about just different stuff, right? Like,
yeah, stealing jokes.
Just stealing jokes. And I mean, and if you ain't seen it by now, the Katt Williams interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. Get them they pub. We ain't trying to get shut down with them either.
I mean, everybody get their take, and we got to give our take because being like we got 20 years.
We in it.
Yeah, we got 20, 30 years, combined knowledge of the game, and we've seen this. People stealing material, man. I mean, you can kick it off or I can kick it off. It don't matter because I know we got
kick it off. Let me interview you for a minute. Have you ever stole a joke?
Hell yeah, I stole a joke. What you mean? Not one joke, plenty jokes. I stole a whole set. Hell you talking about, man? That's what I didn't know no better though, I didn't know any better, and I felt this pressure of I needed to be funny, and I seen some dudes that did some funny jokes, and I knew that was funny because I was going through that. You know how you go when you first start? You go through, you don't know what's funny, but then you see somebody else's stuff, and you see laughs, and you like it. You think, that's funny, I'm going to do that. But the thing is, though, what I learned is the dude, I ended up doing, of course, I did the joke in front of the dude because I had stole it, had it so long. I didn't even know
you thought it was yours.
I didn't thought it was mine. And the dude checked me.
Keep it 100.
He checked me so hard, man, and it made me really take a look at myself. And at that moment, I decided, I seen the hurt and I seen the pain, and I decided not to ever steal a joke. And that was the best thing ever happened to me. Of course, I wasn't that many years in the game, maybe 2 or 3 years in the game.
Right.
And shout out to my boy Gerald Young. We good friends to this day. But what he told me, the knowledge he gave me, not just stealing jokes, it made me dig deeper as a comedian. I could write. So now, just like yourself, man, I'm a hell of a writer, and I know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't be fucking with you if you didn't. We ain't got time to be fighting because I don't mind fighting. I got DVDs I go fight, go with it. So.
Right. So, that's my half. So, have you ever stole a joke?
I haven't actually stole a joke, but I've stole a tag. Yeah. And I really didn't steal it because...
Let's explain what a tag is.
Okay, what a tag is...
Comics, people might know.
As a tag, it's a... I had a joke, matter of fact, about Christian. It's my joke. I wrote all the joke, talking about the women in church and doing all that, talking about the preacher in church. And then when I got through talking about the lady up front at church, they were laughing so hard. I remember the joke. Shout out to my boy Michael Prince. He had a joke about a wig, and I did a tag about the wig going up in there. I said, look like she throw that wig up in there and run up under it.
I remember when I see you do it too.
But the rest of it, the joke was mine. So I called. It hit so hard. I was like, ooh, I'm not to use this. I called Michael Prince. He can come over and come in and attest to me talk. And when he heard me telling me, he said, oh man, hell, man, you got that. Like that one his best joke, I said, I'm just telling you I used it. And if anything stems from it, I get on or whatever. I'm gonna put you on, I'm gonna put you down, you ain't got to network.
So you called him.
I called him immediately. And the next day.
It didn't sit right with you, right?
It ain't gonna sit right with me because see the difference with me when I seen people steal my jokes, I took it as a compliment. Right. I was like, oh man, I'm married. I'm there. Everybody's stealing my stuff. They using, they coming off stage. I say, boy, that did was something funny about this, but I ain't gonna say their name because I don't want to discredit them, but they know who they are.
Yeah.
And I went up, but quiet as it's kept, all these dudes that's done did my material have put me on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On shows. So I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if you can use my stuff to get to that next level and then put me on too, like you have, I'm good with it. But the guy that brought me into the game, Los Cody, was like, man, you ain't supposed to be, they ain't supposed to be stealing your joke.
Los Cody real
man.
strict.
Yeah, he real strict, but then he stole it too.
Yeah.
So, you know what
and I know,
but I was cool with it.
Right, and we brought up some comedians for
They're my boys.
For our audience out there in the world.
Yeah.
We are, me and Damon, we are local to the DFW area, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we're bringing up some local comedians that we know when we go back.
Well, Michael Prince ain't local.
I mean, he's not
international.
no more though, but he, you know.
Yeah, but I'm just
food.
saying, I got to guess he
That's
is
food.
cool.
Yeah,
That's how
that's food too. Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying, like, we in this area, so that's what we dealing with.
Yeah, we're dealing with the area,
So,
but I want to say he's internationally known from Comic View and all that stuff.
I'm international.
Yeah, I know, I gave you yours.
You said.
Well, I want to give it here. I'm trying to tell you, I stole from one of the greats.
And shout out to him though, because he got his own. He got a
barbecue
two bone, and
he
won the cooking show, man, and
Texas,
thriving with and still doing comedy.
talent.
And see, that's what I want to get to. People like, you know. But first, I'm gonna answer the question that you answered. You said, "Have you ever seen?" We went to from. Have you ever stole a joke? And you said somebody stole yours. Right. Somebody stole mine, and when I seen it happen. Some people kept calling me, hey man, such and such, because this is a high profile comedian.
I can have that.
This is a high profile comedian, been on TV, had specials, everything. I didn't went on tour him, like you said though. My brother kept saying he stole your joke. I said, no, he ain't stole my joke. And then I watched it, I said, yeah, he had to get that from me.
Right.
And I done been on tour with him, but hey, but to see, for me, like I started out, I'm gonna say like this, because Katt Williams was talking about Steve Harvey, right? I started out at Steve Harvey's Comedy Club, right there in Oak Cliff, Texas, right there. After he did Vuku Ray, that's when I first seen like Earthquake, Cedric the Entertainer, Downtown Tony Brown, you know what I'm saying, Rodney Wingfield, you know, all the OGs in comedy, man. And but I seen Steve Harvey when I started out. I seen him actually. It was a lot of guys that didn't make it. You know, it's a lot of guys that come and go in the comedy game. Yeah. Right. This frustrating. People don't realize how much it takes. I tell them all the time. This is a marathon, ain't no race.
Ain't no race. Man.
So I seen some guys.
Look how long it took Steve to hit the mainstream.
Right.
Yeah.
So Katt Williams' biggest gripe is about Steve Harvey stealing jokes, and he did. I ain't gonna even lie, because I've seen him in the comedy club. I've seen guys that had some good jokes. Next thing you know, I've seen Steve Harvey doing them on the Apollo. Showtime at the Apollo. But hey, what you gonna do about it at that point? So that was my situation too. Somebody bigger than me stole my joke. Right. And so when people see me do it, they say, "Oh, you doing such and such joke?" Oh, I say, "Oh,
that's because he bigger and he had to steal it. You had to steal it from him,
right?
They
see it on TV, and that's what they say. Once he do it on TV, it's his joke.
For sure.
I mean, it really ain't nothing I can do about it. They don't believe me, but I don't care because I know I'm a writer, and I know where that stuff come from. So now I write stuff close to my heart. But you know, I seen Steve Harvey do their jokes. I seen that, but see, Steve Harvey. I mean, he hosting Family Feud, he doing stuff. So I mean, he just a gorilla in the game. He the Suge Knight of the comedy, man. I mean, them a few jokes.
That's it.
You know,
we talked about that though.
It's just something. It's just something that you never could really.
And I'm that barber that lady hands on.
Yeah, it's something you can never get control of because I've seen people across the country, like when Bertie Mac came on Def Jam, right? I was writing for 2 years. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers, and I seen him do it, and I had never said it, so. I can't say it.
Yeah, because see, that's what I want somebody to understand too. Yeah. As comedians, we see premises for as what's going on internationally. So what we call in the game is be universal and be what do we call that? I'm gonna have a senior moment.
Kind of like being one. Like I know what you're saying. Like cerebral.
Well, don't do the same joke over and over. Like that's what Katt be saying. That like don't do this. You got to be.
But you got to
current events.
Yeah, current events.
So everybody's seen the tsunami.
Yeah.
Which I had somebody steal a joke on that. That's big time.
Yeah, current
events. And he's my friend.
It's really a covered thing.
Yeah. So I can go on and on steal the jokes, but with me, honestly, ain't never been no problem because it made me look good to me until I was started hearing that it was wrong.
Yeah. But and I'm gonna tell you, young comics, if you don't know or whoever watching, this is how you know somebody gonna steal your joke. If another comic come up to you after your sentence, like, that's a funny joke. He finna steal your shit.
Now it's stolen.
He already do it.
You remember the late Denzel Snipes?
Yo, man.
He was bombing. He was bombing at the club, and all of a sudden we was out there about 5 comedians. He looked out there, and we have writing says he looked out there, seen that he was bombing, and seen all us, and did every one of our jokes that he liked. He did one of Marvin Michaels, and everybody started laughing like, "Oh, he getting funny now."
Yeah.
Then he did one of mine. And so, "Oh, he getting funny." Then he did one of Mozan. "Oh, he getting funny." Then he did Success, where he kicking the feet on 635. And he did that. And then when he got off, since we thought he had bombed, we really didn't bomb, but it had a suspicious package.
Yeah.
So when he got ready to get off, he said, "My name is said, man. I'm done."
Oh man, he flipped it. He flipped it. And so, and he did it. He looked y'all in the eye. He knew y'all was there.
He knew we was there.
Everybody you named was probably at that show watching it.
Every joke he did.
And that's the good thing about it. But the thing is, with these new dudes, man, these new cats, you know, some of them around here, you know, they calling themselves the kings, queens, princesses, and all that stuff. I've seen it when they was coming up, you know, and they some funny cats, but they steal a joke. Like even what they do is what they think they ain't stealing will make them think they slick it. They remix the joke, change a few words.
No, mine ain't never been the remix. It been the whole version. They been listen, and what's so cold? My homeboy that got one of the jokes, I can't even say he stole it because he didn't steal it from me. He stole it from somebody else that stole it from you. and how I know is because it happened. I got called the same night, and all of them was on the show, so I seen the flyer, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Whenever I see him out of Houston, I tell him, "Hey, you like that, huh?" Right. That's how I do it. I don't go up. "Oh, you took my joke." So.
Yeah. I didn't tell him. I said, man, I just told him, look, you know, that's just a little bit too familiar. You know what I mean? Like I know you watch it. I know you like it. That's just familiar. You know what I mean? Like for example, I want this joke said. It was before they even had it. Facebook only had a like button. So I said, Facebook need a so button. He said, Facebook need a I don't care button.
Yeah, you said that.
So
I know exactly what that is.
So I'm like, bro, I know where you got it from, man. It's crazy.
What's so funny you said that, like me, they don't mind verbatim. Boom,
you know, absolutely, yeah.
3 different people.
Even the timing, they sold the timing and everything.
One of them did it pretty much better than me.
You thought you did it?
I said, damn, I stole it from him. He did it so pretty. I had to walk up to him and say, "You like that?" He said, "What?" I said, "That joke." He said, "Man, I wrote it." I said, "You gonna wrote it and stole it so much, you feel like you wrote it."
Yeah,
But that joke is 4 years old. I was at a comic contest in Arlington, and the guy actually told me, "Oh no, man, I use that from." And he looked at me. I said, "That's me."
Yeah, he
had got my DVD from around. My DVD had floated around. I said, "I don't know how it made to St. Louis."
And as comics, and this is the thing I can say too, because I see it happen. Let me take a real quick break, and I'm gonna go into that just to make sure we still rolling.
Oh, we got some real content.
We still rolling. So
we keep it rolling. You'll edit that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop that.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up right what I was talking about. So as a comic, you know, talking about people stealing jokes, right? And people doing that. But as a comic, like first, like I do research, and how I started was watching Def Jam. That's how I learned to write a joke. But sometimes
that's how you learn your timing too.
Yeah, and sometimes though you could look at so much comedy, it could be in your back of your head, and you can come up with a joke. Think you came up with a joke. You probably don't do it, but I have. Think you come up with a joke, and it's already worded. And to me, that's suspicious already because it's so hard to think of a joke. If it's already worded, maybe it came from somewhere and you don't realize it too. Right. And I've done that. I've seen that happen, and I realized like this joke is already put together. That means I had to see it. Right. And I had to see it. And the hard thing about comedy is just so many comics. It ain't like rap or a song where you can just keep doing the same song over and over again for different crowds. No, a joke, once the surprise is up and people know it. Yeah. So you have to write more jokes. So now I joke about my family, stuff like that's close to me.
That you'll never forget. You really ain't writing it, you live it.
Right, yeah. Right, so my son is mixed with black and Mexican, and I do black and Mexican jokes now. So that's not possible for another comedian to have a black and Mexican son, but if I hear him doing that, I'm going to be looking at
that's too close.
That's too close.
Yeah.
That's too close. So that's how I'm like theft-proofing my material.
Well, you said nigga proof.
Yeah, nigga proof, yeah. Because they don't say white comics do it, but they
say the
but
white
black
comics
people,
do it.
but I can't say the black comics think that shit is okay.
Yeah.
And it's not. So that's why I don't know where all the outrage is and all these fans all of a sudden outraged and Katt Williams talking about joke stealing.
Yeah, man.
It's been going on, especially in the black
when I first
black comedy circle. They steal jokes and they think it's cool. They think they even think they better. They think they funny than you. I'm like, bro, you cannot be funny to me if you didn't create the material. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And when I first got in the game, the first thing they were saying is Sid the Entertainer and Steve Harvey, they named them as Jack the Rippers. And I was like, what do they mean by Jack the Rippers?
Yeah.
So Cody broke it down that they have people go to the open mic night.
Writers.
And the
writers will go steal jokes too. They do it in LA all the time.
And so to their credit, Steve Harvey and Sid the Entertainer may not have known that that joke was stolen.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because somebody is selling it. And they can already seen it used and seen it work. Unless they send them out and say, go steal them jokes, bring them back.
Right. No,
we can't say that.
The writers do that. They go watch young comics that they know they ain't gonna make it. That's what Katt Williams said about Cedric. Like he might have didn't think because he was Cat in the Hat then, so he might have didn't think he was gonna make it.
Right. And he's not before I made it.
But they did it to the wrong dude. They did it to the wrong dude because he
had already filmed.
He made it, and he's a perfect example because he really dogged Ricky Smiley. And I know Ricky Smiley personally.
I do too.
And I seen that unfold, and I kind of felt away. But at the same time, I'm just listening to his, Katt Williams' truth about this situation is he was upset about that role. But the main thing he was saying that touched with me is when he said that Ricky Smiley's on the set and he was mad about, well, who is that? He ain't nobody. I'm such and such.
Right.
I've had comedians do me like like bigger comedians try to just basically shit on you and try to like bogart their way into a better role. But
see, we're different, bro. I like that because that's why we're good friends. Remember when we went to Houston and I headlined? Featured for a guy. And he rode with us. And I went up before him and killed him.
I know.
And he got up and started talking about, I don't even know why he did that. How do y'all laughing at that? He down in me on stage.
He down?
He down in me on stage.
He ain't gonna try to follow him.
He ain't gonna even try to follow. He gonna say that didn't make sense to him. Well, it ain't to make sense to you. It's to make everybody else laugh. You understand? You got to captivate your audience.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I'm like, is he?
So he must have had another ride.
No, I still gave him a ride. That's why I'm telling you. That's the difference between me. I take it as a compliment.
I'm saying though, I know you gave him a ride, but how could he not be so embarrassed to ride with you after talking like that about you?
You know what hurt him?
That's crazy.
Is I said, say man, we getting ready to go. You still rolling with us? You remember? And he got it. Yeah, he was had his head down the whole time. Yeah, he couldn't do nothing. Say appreciate
with that realness and that.
What was so good about it is I didn't have to say anything because you didn't do the show. The people didn't appreciate you like they appreciated me. Then he started telling himself, I was off tonight.
Yeah.
Now you went off tonight. There was another bad motherfucker in front of you.
Yeah. Or you spend your time hating. You should have been worried about writing jokes.
Yeah.
Because I know now.
I'm gonna do me. I don't care what they do.
Where I'm at in my career. And I know you known for blowing it up, and these guys is calling themselves headliner killers because they blowing it up because sometimes, a person can do 10, 15 minutes and somebody got to come do 45. If they stretching that 45, them last ain't going to be like that. But if you're doing 10 minutes, 15 minutes, if you got 45 minutes worth of material, you can just be like, working that. So I've seen that happen too. But for me, if you do something like that and you kill before I go up, I'm riding the wave.
That's what we do.
I'm riding the wave. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to fail behind somebody. That's the first thing I learned because I used to have to go up behind a Ricky Smiley.
Right.
And then in Lee Fat Tuesday is where I really got some grip at doing comedy. Over there at the Addison Improv. I had to go up, she would have her Fat Tuesday, and I would have to go up after the headline, whoever she had. So I'll be going up behind Ricky Smiley, killing it. Going behind Michael Collier, killing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me get used to that. You can't falter in that. Now, if you're just a weaker comedian, you ain't supposed to be in that position, you're going to be exposed.
You're going to be exposed. That's another thing where we're different. You had to go up behind them. You're going to have to go before them. My whole concept of me is do me. I don't care who go up in front of me. I pray for that motherfucker that come behind me because I'm bringing Damon Jones, the deacon of comedy. The Deacon of Comedy pretty much is a brand, and when I get hired for him, he pretty much by himself.
Yeah.
He the whole show.
And that's clean.
Now, yeah, that's clean.
Clean.
And then Crazy Ass Demond, Crazy AS as Demond is a threat.
Right.
Because like a lot of people be hollering, man, you funnier than Kevin Hart. You funnier than this person. You funnier than Country Wayne. I say, well, I don't need to be funny no more.
Right.
Because they banking.
Right.
So is funny getting paid? It ain't funny. It's not that the funny not getting paid. It's that these people are 100% into what they doing. We have families. I had to do this. I had to work.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say I live better, but I live just as well as they live.
And it's different though too. It's a lot of politics involved. And I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not for that.
I'm not for that. I'm for whoever making
it. And so people can say, oh, you know, people. I say sometimes people say, oh, you still doing comedy? Look, I'm gonna do comedy till the day I die because I love comedy.
Yeah.
And Hollywood, you probably won't see me in Hollywood. They're not gonna look at you unless you're young and they can develop you and kind of guide you, right? You don't really see all these people.
And that's why they don't come at you.
That's the discrimination they should see. But me, I believe, you know, I can do my own destiny. Even though they control that, they even control the YouTubes and stuff like that.
Right.
To a certain degree. You know, if you're talking about certain things. But I'm going to always do comedy because I love to see people laugh. I'm a forever writer. I can write stuff like you said, current events.
We fans.
I can write. We fans of it.
Yeah.
I love it. And you just it's like wine with comedy. You
get better with time.
You get better with time. You can do yourself. You ain't in no competition with nobody. You're not stressing. The best thing I ever did, this is a quick commercial break, is I got my loan originator license. And I got my own compliance company, so I can make my money, support my family, and go pursue comedy because it started getting stressful. When people don't want to pay you that much money, you got to go over here, over there all day, spend all this time. Like for example, even like if I was old enough for Mike Epps, I get on the road, I have to drive 8 hours sometimes,
right,
just for 10 minutes on the stage. People don't understand how much dedication it is. 8 hours there, 8 hours back. So I'm out here spending 24 hours just for 10 minutes on stage. No, he was paying me. He wasn't for free, you know what I mean?
But you were thinking after the 8 hours.
Yeah.
That's 16, he paid you for 16 hours?
No, he didn't know. So
they paid you your gas?
Yeah, it kind of paying out. And they say the same thing like you said. You know, when I get off stage, I'm opening up for him. People like, oh, you funny in him. And I'll be like, shh, don't say that too loud. It don't matter. You're going to get me put off the show. Y'all here to see this man. I don't even care about that.
I don't
Unless y'all going to support me and help me make it. They bought merchandise. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like a politic, cliquish type thing. And
I don't have no beef with nobody.
I don't have none of that, but I don't like none of that either.
Yeah.
So now Hollywood is a lot of gatekeepers in this comedy business. It's about if they like you.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this, bro. I'm different on that. When it's your season, it's your season. Ain't nobody gonna be able to stop it. Man.
Right. That's
Whether
true.
you put on a dress,
that's
a hat, ain't your mama, or whatever. That's the choice that you made.
Right.
Now, maybe they gonna see my character, like you were saying, you can work now, you got your own business. I've been having my business for 30 years.
Yeah.
You know, had my own, got my own
and that's where I got the blueprint from. Cause we sit up there talking, I'm coming up, you know, talking to you. Damn, man, you know, I'm stressed out, talk about dudes, and it ain't that I don't like them, and I'm not a hater. But it get frustrated.
It get frustrated because you say I started before him.
Right.
But see, if you
and that's gonna happen. You're gonna see somebody that come out of nowhere.
You can say it in your mind. I wouldn't say it in the comedy game. You can say it in your mind. I'm way funnier than him.
Yeah.
But you can't say that because of his status.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're measuring it off of.
And it's the ego thing.
But no, that's what you're measuring it off of. If he wasn't in that limelight, you wouldn't even be saying nothing about it.
Right.
So then you sitting there looking at it, I'm looking at their special saying, man, I can do a special.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
That's what happens.
Don't turn down that man for what he done.
That's what happened though. That's the ego though, right? You see that other man in the position and you be like, that should be me. But I don't think like that no more.
Yeah.
And I understand though.
Well,
whatever for that man, that's for that man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm still a mom.
That's why they never bothered me. That's why I'm like, when everybody, man, what you got to say about that? You've been saying stuff like that for years. I say, yeah, but I didn't put it on nothing to get paid like they getting paid.
Right.
I can show you texts from my clients and say, man, when you going to do this? And they be like, man, I came to the show the other night. You off the chain. You bum. You finna have to quit the job. I said, look here. Until they give me a sitcom, I'll be sitting here till you come.
Right.
That means cutting your hair because I have a family.
Yeah.
Now I'm at the leisure of being able to do what I want to do,
Right.
fly out, do whatever, go wherever,
Yeah.
uproot, and go stay in California. But I ain't gonna sleep in no car. I don't like them stories.
Right, me either. That's what I'm saying.
Shit,
I'm
I'm
not
not
sleeping
in no car, man.
I don't want to be away from my family. I like being with my family. I like raising my kids.
Right.
I'm an older guy with I got.
I like electric
I got
beds,
newborn.
man.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I like all of that. I like the comfort at home. But now we have the technology and the ways to get out there and get seen. And this is another thing with the comedy and the jealousy and all that Katt Williams stuff is. It's enough money for everybody. Everybody got different fans. Ricky Smiley got his fans. Katt Williams got his fans.
And he developed his fans.
Katt Williams, what motivated him, I see, is that he wanted to be the funniest. And that's cool. That's what we all want to do. That's what makes you good. But I'm telling you,
how you come up with that he wanted to be the funniest?
Because he said he watched comedians and watched their sets over 200 times and said, I'm funny, and I'm funnier than him.
That's his drive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I said that's his drive.
Yeah.
I said that's what drove him.
Yeah, okay.
It's blind drove. Just like they say Michael Jordan, if somebody said something to him, he used it, even if they didn't say nothing, he made up some shit. I can't do that to myself though.
Right.
I don't motivate it from that. It's like it's like Star Wars, right? It's like you can use the power from the dark side or the light.
Right.
I'm on the light side now.
Right.
I used to use the dark energy, but if it fester out, then you stuck and you looking emotionally and out of place.
Right.
So, and not saying that's what Katt Williams is, because like I said, most of the things he's saying we already knew.
We already knew.
And I'm glad he said it, because now maybe people will listen to us and say, oh, they ain't no hate.
They've been saying it.
Right. We've been saying it.
And he just, like he said, he just on the platform.
Hate.
But to Katt's credit, you have to look at it. Katt been holding this for 20-something years. The only thing he really went off on is Steve Harvey, because they had that little battle thing. So
and you
Katt
has
been holding this. He's been holding this for a long time.
Yeah.
And then he's just retaliating to what has been said about him.
And
like the new drug. Well, if we'd have looked at everything about him being on drugs, and you'd have thought he was on drugs, he said, there hasn't been any drug cases on me. And there hasn't been anybody. What is somebody saying that they sold Katt Williams some drugs? And nobody sold.
But what I like is, and he knew it, and he inspired me to be able to go in Hollywood, keep your butthole a virgin, and all that. Because I ain't gonna even lie, man. At first, that's what I was worried about, like having to compromise my soul. I'm gonna have to do this and that.
From what you heard.
From what I heard, he proved you don't have to do that.
Him and Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them that's done it, but they had made it too.
Right.
You know, just like when I'm gonna tell you something that ain't nobody never heard, and I'm just going off the interview. I don't know neither one of them personally.
Yeah.
When what's the name was on the Breakfast Club? Kevin Hart. He said it. He said he had the chance. He was the next man in charge. He was ready to go. They had him set up to do everything, but he chose not to.
Yeah, he said it.
But listen to what he said right there. He was the next man. So that supports Katt Williams saying everything that was on his list.
Yeah, before that. Yeah.
Before that.
He said, can I just do this? And that's how they are in Hollywood. If you try to change it if you ain't got enough power, you're going to have to go with that. And that's what I'm not down with.
I'm not down with
what happens is...
I'm not down on shitting on nobody like he said to get to another level.
But what happens is you get out there...
giving up the shit either.
What happens is you get out there and you get dependent on that money. Yeah. And then they try to get you to do something that go against you. And if not, they cut you off and you stuck.
We're going to take another special break for this Hennessy and this Vegas is what I'm
let's take a break, man. We'll be back in a minute. All right, we back, man. Gonna get back to it, man. It's your boy Joe Ronalds, sitting here with my boy Demond Jones, man. So all this talk, it brought up, as far as comics and Hollywood, man. Like, would you ever do anything like? To me, it's kind of like certain things are against my soul, and I wouldn't feel comfortable doing. Not just, I guess. Mess with another man or whatever.
Right.
And I ain't got no thing against somebody if they gay, you know what I mean? Like,
every family got one.
Right, yeah, I mean
2 or 3.
Yeah, I got family members that's gay. So that's not the problem, but I'm not just into doing anything so somebody let me in or get no money is worth that to me.
Selling your soul.
Yeah, no money is worth that. So that's why I kind of pulled back from going to Hollywood, and Katt Williams, let me see that it's a choice.
Right.
But at the same time, I see how he kind of, because people treated him, what he did was he played it good. He treated him, he acted kind of like crazy. That's the only way to let you slide. That's what people were saying at first. Katt Williams crazy.
Yeah.
But this interview, he let people know
well,
he ain't crazy.
Has always been super intelligent.
Yeah.
Look at a video that me and Marlon Wayans did with his sound footage when he came out with his first movie. Mm-hmm. And I did an interview with Streets Magazine. Shout out to Streets Magazine. I did it. You can go on there and look at the Deacon of Comedy and Marlon Wayans, and you can see it. And we talked about Katt then. And he was just saying he ain't chemically imbalanced. So that wasn't saying he was on drugs. It was just saying he ain't chemically imbalanced because he's going through.
Oh, yeah, you thought he was on drugs.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. I thought he was.
Because you thought he was because of what they were saying.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the picture that they painted.
I was in that mode where I didn't realize that people could try to make somebody, but I realized that.
That's why I'm saying he is retaliating to things been said about him, so you can't say he hates.
And he's highly intelligent, and people.
Top notch.
And that's what people don't understand.
Katt Williams for president.
Yeah, people don't understand. That's how comedians.
Oh, y'all president now?
Comedians are though. There's comedians we read a lot.
Right.
You got to have a memory. We real observant. That's the thing. Like really good listeners, right? And that's what people don't understand because we listen for comebacks.
Right.
You good at comebacks.
Oh yeah.
I could do a whole show on just coming back on what people say. No audience member could.
I can do one right now with you. Tell me what you want me to talk about.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what Cooper used to do. Cooper used. Do that. Mr. Cooper used to do that. So it's like the Hollywood thing. My thing on Hollywood is. They talking about, we've been hearing about the horror stories about you have to be gay, the casting couch, all that old type of stuff. I've been in the game. Like now I do commercials. I'm with the Clux with the Clux agency here in Dallas.
On that.
Yeah, man, been doing commercials and everything. I move silently. Right. You know what I'm saying? My due time is my due time.
Yeah.
Katt Williams' time is his time. Country Wayne is his time. I'm proud of all those guys because I'm in the same industry. And all it does is just give me self-motivation that it can be done. But I'm already living it. You know what I'm saying? Not to the magnitude of the millions and all that. But I looked at it like this here. If Hollywood is for me, it's going to be for me. But if it's for to give up some of this ass, that means it ain't going to never be. They already going to figure it out and said, we're going to have to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you put something out here, I'm going to squeeze so tight, I'm breaking your ass off in me. You're going to get caught. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. So I don't care nothing about that part of the game because it's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to do by my dignity. You're not going to tell me to come on there and can't say nothing about Jesus.
Right.
You ain't going to tell me can't be humble. Hey, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to wear that. In my first movie, thank God, my first movie was A Heart That Forgives. I didn't play nobody. I played me.
Right.
And that was the greatest compliment. Who can say that?
Yeah.
Denzel can't say I went in my movie, that first movie, I played Denzel Washington.
Right.
I played the Deacon of Comedy in my first movie.
Right.
So wherever it leads me. I have a family that I have to keep treading water to do that. That's not my season. So I don't shit on nobody that's already gonna make it. We got our partner on the Steve Harvey show. So one of my idols, and he's been in the game longer than me, and I'm older than him, and I look up to him, Pierce Spade Jr.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We talk all the time. But I don't go around, that's my friend. That's his success, man.
So what about, I guess, what would you see, or like for me, it's like, what would, because I can see how people, like the outside people look at it, right? Like I said, people come to me, oh, you still doing comedy? Like I hadn't made what they think in their mind to a point. So, but I'm past that, right? I don't worry about that, right? But people in their mind, they'll look at us and say, you ain't made it, you still, basically that's what they're saying. You ain't made it, you still doing comedy because they ain't seen all over these Netflix specials or touring in these clubs. What do you say to that if somebody say that to you?
Good question. I love it. I hear it all the time. You know from right now, this is going to be my first video on social media or anything in 2 years, since October of 2 years ago, 2021.
Yeah.
God told me, hey, you need to give me more of your time, and I will bless you. So all the things that company would have brought me has brought me by moving silently and studying His Word and doing His Word and His Word only. We're in my house right now doing this video.
I know. If I lived in your house, I wouldn't. I still be telling jokes. I ain't gonna lie, but this is a life that people don't comprehend, though. Right. Like, you made a choice. You know, like we have good friends in comedy. I've talked to Shucky Ducky. He went through the same thing in Hollywood. You know, they kind of crushed him, but at the same time, he got kind of like, oh, I don't want to compromise myself, so he backed off of it. Right. People talk about what Shucky Ducky could have been, right? Right.
Okay, they talk about what Shucky Ducky could have been. See, when I serve a God that's telling me I don't need none of that. He took stuff away from me and gave me more. Right. I had my own salon for 11 years, and all of a sudden they come after COVID and say, we're not renewing your lease. Right. And I was totally fooled. Yeah. I thought the world was at the end. I went right out down that back porch, went to praising God, and the next thing you know, I had $250,000 in my pocket. And I ain't did one show.
Better than what's in your mind. See, that's the way I agree with God. I just move, you know, accordingly. And
with no
because He got something, like we could put stuff in our mind that tells us ask what you want, but He can put you in something better than you never even thought. And that's exactly what happened to me as well.
There you go. So what I was saying on that, to speak on that, God will put you in a situation that you sit there, and the Bible tell you, lean not to your own understanding, trust in the Lord always.
That's deep.
So when I lean to my own understanding, I'm saying, that ain't going to work. But God said, walk into it, because I told you to do it. So I walked into it, and when I walked into it for that first time and said, looked back and said, I never would have thought from what I seen that this could happen. People go, man, heard he lost that shot. Heard, they ain't gonna lose the house. So. I said, God, you hear that? He said, I'm gonna bless you. And everything I bless you with is for the naysayers. Right. And He did that. And I don't talk about it. I don't brag about it. I stay humble.
And I remember when, like you said, when COVID happened and the shop thing happened to you, you was on the street corner hustling.
Telling people about PPPs, talking about the underserved.
Hustling.
And He told me
making some videos, going to people's houses.
Yes, sir.
You had all the bleach products, like
nobody had.
Oh man, he was sending me masks to my house and bleach and disinfectant, and we go around.
But your wife didn't even want me at your house. Because she said, she seen the video and said, can you give us some of that right now? I said, take it home.
You the only one, we got a newborn, you the only one that she would trust with him. Because she know that you had sanitary, but you had everything, but you didn't have nothing. And you just hustle. You was always open about it. Now I'm sitting up here, like we doing the video in your crib. I can see a pool out there. I can see land. I can see it. Yeah. It's just so much. It's just unreal. Like, I even know comedians that people probably see on TV, in movies. They ain't got no house like this.
Well, I thank God for that. Thank you for getting that pub, because I don't nobody know unless they've been there. Yeah. I don't go out, I got this, I got that.
I ain't trying to put your business out there. It's just an example.
Let me tell you what he said. He said, you stay humble. You can tell it. I got a friend right now, David Brent. He come over here like it's his house, bring beer, stay all night, go drive out, hanging and everything. And then he go tell me, man, my homeboy. And I got mad at first. God said, that ain't you boasting. He proud of you. Yeah. Right. He is proud of you because he stayed next door to you, where he owe you a pair of drawers right now, because he didn't bring no drawers over there to take a bath. And Mama said, you gonna wash your ass on him. So he had to take a bath. I had to give him some drawers. You know what I'm saying? Then had another cook. We talked about that the other day. Had another cook come over there, stay on that Peter bed. Oh, Peter bed, nigga put his drawers on me.
He did yell at your mattress.
Nigga took my drawers off, so I feel raped already. Oh. He got to call. If he took my drawers off, I ain't know he took them off. We could have done something else.
I'm proud of you, but I'm not the person to go. I don't want to tell everybody, because first of all, when I come over here, I want to be over here. I want a whole bunch of people trying to come over here and be nosy and be talking about it, right? But people is nosy. People they couldn't even comprehend how you living right now, but they didn't have the fortitude or the chest or the grit to go through what you went through with, as far as even losing your daddy. I was there, people trying to fight you after at the funeral. I mean, it takes all kind of stuff to be a man. And as you as a partner, I always appreciate the leadership and the man. You ain't never diverted from being a man, a stand-up man, and being the leader of your land.
Oh yeah. And I thank you for saying that, Bug. I was just telling my son them the other day because they wanted, Daddy, you need to do this. Daddy, you need to do this. I said, get in your lane.
Right.
And then let the lanes run and merge together. And we'll come out at the end. And then we can do like Country Wayne now. I can hire you for this because you do videography.
Right.
I can hire you for this because you can be at the front desk and everything. But until you get into you, and you worried about what Katt and what all these other people doing, you're not going to never be into your calling.
Right.
So that's what I did. I just stayed true to mine, saying, hey, man, they got their life. I'm happy for you. I love my life. And then I sit back and I sit down sometimes and say, got a good life.
Yeah.
And I thank God for it. And some people would think this is the ultimate life. And I'm saying, man, I qualified for more than this house, but I stayed in my lane on what I can qualify for.
Exactly. You don't go out there and put yourself out there.
Yeah, I got a 3,200 square feet home. I qualified for a 6,000 square feet. Wow. But I'd be still, this would be the only thing in that, right? Ain't no way, kiddo. Ain't no way I could have paid for that at the time, and then the shop being gone too.
Right.
I had to bow down and do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? In order to, like people could tell, I said, man, I told him, dude, man, ain't no jobs out there, they ain't paying that. And I showed him this app. I said, you see this? This is Lyft. You know, I used to drive for Lyft.
Yeah, that's what I say, all kind of hustle.
All kind of hustle. The Bible says your talents will make room for you. He ain't talking about just comedy. He talking about all of them.
Right.
So I utilize all of them.
Exactly.
And then at the end of the day, I can come home and relax, look at the game, see what I do what I do. I built this from the ground up, smoke cigar,
hang out by the pool.
Hey, I got to do all that. Ride motorcycles, everything. The grandkids come out there, we got 3 bikes out there, we ride, go down the street, ride with the whole full gear. They don't even know what color we are until they get up on us and see the white eyes and see mine red. You know what I'm saying?
But burgundy,
yeah, burgundy. But like I said, in the Hollywood's 10 cents, man, if Hollywood comes out for me, because like I said, I've been doing commercials. People be like calling me, man, I didn't know you did a commercial. Yeah. And I want to say this is key, bud. People make it with people that appreciate them. They don't make it because the people know them.
Right.
The people that know them envy them. Mm-hmm. They make it where they feel like, oh, I could have been there. Me and him come off the same street, but you don't have the same mindset.
You don't. And the thing is, they don't understand you always evolving. I'm sure you've seen me evolve from who I am.
Oh, yeah.
One time I remember it was this daiquiri place you were doing and you had me to fill in for you. And I went and did my thing, like you said, continue my path on my lane.
Yeah.
Some dude came to me and said, you ain't the June bug I remember. Good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I'm Joel.
What's your name?
I'm Joel.
That's, but people don't realize that though. They think staying the same is some kind of, you get a badge of honor for that, and you don't.
Key word that you said. I was going to another show and I said, Bud, can you do this when you get the same pay that I make? We don't do that here as comedians.
No.
We used to collaborate like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
There's a few around here that done that for me. They couldn't make it. You know, and I do the favor, but they don't know about that nowadays. I have, and especially these young comedians. I've been doing a comedy class on Saturday. I didn't know I do a comedy class,
and they won't come across the June book.
I handpick because some of them think they already know everything, and they don't. It's just usually I get to the real upstarters. But if I've already put dudes on their show, I handpicked them. They probably gave me a show, and I put them on the show, even let them headline. And now they doing stuff, and I see them doing shows.
They don't even come back here.
They ain't called me one time.
Guess what?
They don't get it though.
And guess what? But you need to get it. Is that was their journey through you. Let them do them.
Yeah.
Your blessing. God said that I bless you to bless others.
Right.
Don't do no blessing others with the expectation that you're gonna get blessed from it.
And I know I did. I still and I continue to do it without no expectation. But to me, I don't understand.
I know you got it now.
I don't understand how they could somebody put you on your first show, your headline, and you don't even say,
you can't. Hey, it's just hard to accept. You understand it because it's gonna happen. It's just hard for your ass to unaccepted.
Yeah, I guess so.
Listen, shout out to I Got Next. We Got Next with Q. With We Got Next. Put me on the biggest stage ever on a cruise.
Yeah,
And then it was so funny because I'm going on there, just give me the mic. You know, that's my motto. That's my logo, everything. Give me the mic. Because I don't care who go before me. I don't care who come behind me. Pray for him to come behind me. Because he don't have to bring it. So Q had an argument on who should be last. So the man that's been throwing the show. No, the man that throw the show, Keith Jones, good friend now. Now we call each other family now of Grown and Sexy, said, no, I want Williams to go, man, my boy, I don't even want to mess his name up, but Casale Williams to go last. And I'm going to show you how player this was. I was like, no, man, he been in the game 24 years. I ain't been in it for 16, 17. And Q said, well, I'm telling you, if you want him to go last, you telling me going last. But I'm telling you, you go last. I told Keith that you going last. So I go to him. We roommates now. And I said, say, man, he said, listen, this is what Casale. Shout out to the kid for Casale. Casale said, look at her at the moment. Q gonna see both of us. He gonna see you, and he gonna see me. I ain't never seen you. You ain't never seen me. So if Q said you go last, I got to respect that because Q brought both of us to the show.
Right.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. You better bring it, because if you go last, wait a minute, he told me. I said, so you know my nuts hit the floor. Chest rolled up like, is this a challenge? Nigga, I looked at him and said, well, when you come off the stage, alley-oop that bitch to me.
You're right.
And nigga, kill. Wait a minute. This is how he alley-ooped it to me. He walked off the stage, looked at me, and turned his back and said, throw it back like, do whatever you want to do with it if you can, nigga. When he finally seen me grab that, I was like this, you know, going through my legs, coming around my back, pushing it to the crowd, and coming back, windmill that thing, boom, and hanging on the rim, still like the rim right here.
Yeah.
That nigga, when I got off stage, that nigga, we hugged, we talked all the time for years, man.
That's funny.
There was a dude taping it that had went up. I can't even put the video on the stage because he got failed laughing.
Right.
Killed it.
Yeah. I seen that video too. I'm like, this idiot. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was somebody filming something. How you gonna mess that up?
He was laughing so hard he failed.
I guess that's the videographer in me. I know
but
I
he
can watch it. You gotta witness though. You gotta put it where people can witness that. I know it because I seen it and I'm like, dang, I can't see it.
Man, the man failed. You couldn't see nothing but the carpet. But I said that to say this. It is so real when you run into people like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Here this man has been in the game longer than me. And let me tell you, hilarious.
Yeah.
Whole funny.
Oh, just because you killing don't mean no.
Yeah, don't mean he ain't gonna kill it. But this is I said that to say this. He did him and I did me.
Right.
I didn't try to compete with him. And he damn sure didn't try to compete with me because he went before me.
Right. He didn't even.
When I tell you he throwed it up in there,
he did his thing.
Shit, I had to. Like me and you, we go places.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shit, that's the comedy game. It ain't no challenge. But like that's what I like about Katt Williams. I like that about everybody in the game. Kevin Hart, they have their people. And I came to you years ago and said, "Say, Bug, anytime I go to work, you're gonna be my feature." Cause said man has started working. Said went on trips. And both of y'all been in the game longer than me. But y'all don't have no issue on going before me, and you've been in the game longer than me. So I have to give you your card too as a respective comedian to say, hey man, he made it and at least he bringing me. So all I got to do is display my talent and I can take off this way, then I'm going to bring him to feature for me. Well, I got feature for you.
Yeah, I was at the point though, I know you going to kill it, so I know I have to be like on a certain game, but I'm always like, I'm going to do me.
Yeah.
But so that don't bother me in a way. It used to.
You changed too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna tell you about your change.
I changed. I know.
You change when you change your name. Your comedy game changed too, because you stop being the hood Junebug and start being the intelligent Joe Reynolds.
Right.
You stop going from joke to joke and start making them transition from joke to joke.
Right.
And so it elevated you to, hey, I really understand it now. Yeah. And that's what I told her. I said, if I can tell you anything, just change the transition because you're funny.
Right.
You can't sit there and talk about Six Flags and then be at church.
Yeah.
But you can make it to where you left Six Flags and went to church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
I can even freestyle doing that.
yeah, but that's still
I
transition.
try to explain to comedians that now to the same day, like what you told me. It's like, do it like this and do it like that, and it just changed. But it ain't changed because my life changed, right?
Yeah, but that's the same thing. The intelligent part.
Yeah, I'm not.
The intelligent part say people want to hear truth.
Right.
They don't want to hear made up, fabricated jokes.
Right.
Because that's where the tags come in at.
Right.
That's your third mind that's saying, hey, this is funny. I had to change my baby diaper, whatever the case is, and then he shit it in my face. You make that out of a joke.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly. But it really happened.
Right. Exactly.
And so it's realistic.
Yeah.
And see, people ask me all the time, tell me a joke. I said, you got $400? Right. I say, I just can't up and tell you now. I got to be in the mood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can sit there and have a conversation and be funny. You know what I'm saying? Just naturally. But to sit there and tell you a joke like, okay, get ready, here it goes. Here comes the punchline.
I know.
I can't do that. I don't know.
It don't work like that. People do that. I had a comeback. I used to have a comeback when people do that to me. They find out I'm a comedian. Tell me a joke. And I said, one time this prostitute did that to me. She said, tell me a joke. And I said, what you do? She said, I'm a prostitute. Well, I'm like, well, give me a blowjob. Let me see how good that is, and maybe I'll take a joke. See how it is? You can't tell somebody to do their job on the spot like that. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you're serving fries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?